Today's Spotlight on Naperville is brought to you in part by If you're just tuning in, you're watching Spotlight on Naperville. I'm Nancy Wearsome, and we're going to turn our attention now to Hesed House, great organization in our community. Michael Cobb is the executive director, so good to have you, Michael. First time on the Spotlight set.
Yes, it is.
Good to have you. Ray Kinney is a volunteer and supporter of Hesed House.
Hi, Nancy. How are you?
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
And Nicolette Rossi is a committee member for the Kentucky Derby Gala, as we can tell from your hat. So we'll come back to you in a moment. But Michael, let's first talk about, first of all, congratulations to you. We were just saying it's been about 7 months with you in that role.
7 months, yes.
So good for you. But let's talk about the role Hesed House plays in our community.
Well, as many probably know, maybe they don't actually, but Hesed House is the second largest provider of homeless services really in the state of Illinois outside of Chicago. And so in our community, unfortunately, there's a lot of individuals who need our assistance who are facing homelessness. On any given night, we serve about 170, 180 individuals that will come through our emergency shelter portion of the program. And as well, over the course of a year, about 1,000 unduplicated individuals and families will also seek out some assistance from Hesed House.
So that's a lot of people.
It sure is.
That's a lot of people. And Nicolette, why did you want to be involved in Hesed House?
You know, I wasn't very familiar with Hesed until I started working for BMO Harris Bank. They've got a really strong partnership, and I went and I took a tour, and what I saw there was just remarkable. I mean, the services that are provided, it's so much more than just shelter. I mean, Hesed House really provides hope and dignity to people really in their worst hour. And then when you see the passion that the staff and the volunteers have, I mean, it's just contagious, and you can't help but want to be involved.
And she gets to wear a cool hat.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes, she does, absolutely. And Michael, talking about the amazing programs that you have some phenomenal numbers. That a homeless person arrives at Hesed House every 10.5 hours?
Yeah. Can you believe that? Every 10.5 hours, a homeless person arrives at our door seeking some type of assistance, whether it's emergency shelter, and then of course we begin to work with them on trying to get them to become self-sufficient. And that's where Ray and Nicolette and others, especially here in the Naperville area, really come alongside us to work that out for our guests.
And Ray, you have been a long-term supporter. Mm-hmm. What is it about the program that has drawn you?
I think they both hit it. It's Hesed House supplies a service to those at their darkest hour and offers hope and inspiration to people. And the people and the staff, the volunteers, the support of the community that get involved. I was really enticed by Mary Ann Sir and Ryan Down, who was Michael's predecessor. And I wear this green band that reminds me every day I'm one bad decision away from being homeless. So, as we all are. And we got together, and Mary wanted to do a derby party. And I said, you know what? We don't do those in Naperville. That sounds like a cool idea. And this will be our third annual derby party. And it's at the Chicago Marriott, Naperville Marriott. I like to call it, they call it Chicago, I call it Naperville Marriott on May 3rd when the derby is. And it's just a phenomenal day, as you can see with the hats. We have a hat contest. There's a lot of good things going on. Great support from the Naperville and the surrounding community in terms of Nicolette's been able to get the Bull and the Bear. Tell them about the cigar thing that we got going on with the...
One of the new things we'll have this year is a cigar bar. So there'll be a roller, there'll be a whiskey tasting, there'll be cigars for purchase, and also will be part of our live auction, which Ray does an amazing job with that. We'll be donating cigars to troops overseas. So it'll be a great cause and a great event, not only for Hesed House, but for our troops as well.
So you're playing a big role in this.
Yes, well, first of all, it's a huge committee. We had a great committee. A lot of Naperville folks are involved in it, and a lot of friends. And you know, it's all about relationships. So it's who you know. So the Naperville restaurant community stepped up. Jenny and Neil Gerald, our presenting sponsor, Gerald Auto Group, they stepped up, wrote a very nice check for the last 2 years, and we couldn't do it without them. And we hope to get a lot of people out of homelessness. That's how Michael tracks it in terms of how much money we can get to the bottom line to tell you how many people we got out of homelessness on that day. Our goal for the evening is $150,000 net. So hopefully we can get to that. Again, we've got great dinners donated by Hugo's and Maison Sabika, wonderful trips, just a lot of fun stuff. Derby party, great cocktails and fun stuff. And it goes from 3 till 7. Okay. So it's, the Derby, we show the Derby live on big screens. We also have betting. You can actually gamble on other pre-recorded races that we have tapes to, and no, we don't know who the winners are. And we're recruiting some students from North Central College to help us do that. And the winners of those get to go into raffle baskets, and we have a whole committee that is putting together raffle baskets that'll have great values. It'll be $100 gift cards from 10 different Naperville restaurants, or spas and all sorts, golf trips, all sorts of different things. Yeah. And it's $10 for a raffle ticket. You put it in there and you might win it. So we're trying to give it a lot of activity going on in that 4-hour window. And just remember that the cause is there. We're hoping to inspire people to support Hesed House on an annualized basis and recognize the need in our community. And fortunate we're here to help. So.
I'm sorry, you're not very enthusiastic, Ray.
Yeah, I apologize. I'll try to tone it down.
It's the passion that you
well, and Ray represents many of the Naperville residents here, and in terms of support, even from our local churches, there's 18 of our 80 to 90 churches that come out and support on a regular basis are right here from Naperville. And
I've actually done that.
Have you? Yeah,
yes.
it's outstanding, and we at Hesed House appreciate it very much. This will be my first Derby. There's a lot of firsts for me this year.
Yes.
And my wife is extremely excited. She has 3 hats. I told her she only needs one, but we're just excited about what Naperville is doing to help us with this cause.
And you are very appropriately this year, you're going to have a Humanitarian of the Year award. Tell us about that.
We are. We actually have done that before. We honored the very first year. We honored Karen and Bill Garlow from a local catering company here in town, and this year we're honoring Dr. Kathy Burkett, Superintendent of School District 204, who is just truly one of Naperville's gems, has been in our district in District 204 for 30-some years, and has changed the lives of thousands and thousands of students, and has been connected to Hesed House for many, many years, and she's just very richly deserving of that award. She's excited about it. I know she's got a cool hat, so she's actually helping us plan the event.
She's on the committee.
So she was a little humbled and shocked that we're honoring her, but she richly deserves that award.
Yes.
And that's something we wanted to add to kind of add a little something different to the Derby each and every year. So.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a wonderful event. We know it's wonderful work too. So thank you so much for all that you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for being on tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're going to take a very short break. When we come back, more Spotlight on Naperville, so don't go away.